Julia, where are we going?
Outside.
Outside. We're going to the grocery store. But we have to social distance. Okay, cool. We have a plan. There's nothing happening. This is the time of day where there's always stuff happening. It's strange. I will say it's nice to leave the apartment. This is my second time I've left in 12 days. So we're walking to a further away grocery store. It's got healthier food just to get some movement in because going crazy. So there's a fruteria. Yeah, we'll see what happens. Exciting sense of fear and panic in the streets. Nobody's here. Normally this is bustling with people. There's kids playing on the equipment. There's people running and jogging along the river. Like, it seems apocalyptic. Like, I can't wrap my head around it. I understand why, but it's still crazy. All the playground equipment is marked off. It's nice to get out of the house to go to the grocery store. It's about the only good reason we have to leave. But this is eerie. This is haunting. I went to a different grocery store and I found it. Look at all this toilet paper. Wouldn't find this in the States. Everything's kind of crazy. Man. We'll see what happens. Hey everybody, it's Victoria. So glad you could join me tonight. I am an American who is currently living in Bilbao, Spain. I am a master's student in the NOHA's Masters in International Humanitarian Action program, and I am a student at both the University of Deusto and the University of Malta. Today is day 12 of quarantine here in Bilbao, and it is March 26th, 2020. Today I went to the grocery store, which was interesting. I originally was planning to go to a different grocery store that was further away so I could walk more, but I was with my flatmate Julia, and I was told that we shouldn't be walking that far away from home to go to the grocery store because there's three grocery stores within a 3-minute walk from our apartment, so we need to stay close and not just walk. So I was slightly disappointed because I was looking forward to getting out and walking, but when we were going to the grocery store, we took the long route. Instead of just walking directly down the block, we walked down to the park that's along the river, and it was haunting. And just being outside was very haunting. You just feel this negative energy throughout the city. Like, people are just scared. And understandably, Spain is like one of the worst hit countries in the world, and by COVID-19, but it's strange. It's an odd feeling, but yeah, not sure how to deal with that, but it is kind of what it is. So it was so nice to get out of the house today. I was like, oh, so nice to stretch my legs and so nice to get fresh air and sunshine and to not be looking at the same few walls that I constantly see. But I will say I've learned to be comforted by my quote-unquote prison because I feel safe here. Because when I'm here and I don't let anybody in, we don't let anybody in or out for days, I know I'm safe and I know we're all safe. But it's scary. This is all scary. It's all some of the scariest stuff that most people will have to deal with, and I hope this is the scariest thing you ever have to deal with. But it's not what you're expecting. None of this is what anybody was expecting, but it's just the atmosphere has lost its positivity and its excitement. It has just changed completely. And not sure how to feel about that. But yeah, it's just hard to deal with that stuff. I don't know. There's no answers. There's just a matter of figuring out what is going to be left in the pieces of this society and the world after everything has already been shattered? What is this going to look like in 2 years? But the best way to have the best picture for 2 years from now is to just stay home and flatten the curve. And it's weird to think that the best action you can take is to not take any action. But I think it's actually a good lesson as a whole, that sometimes we need to sit and be still. And sitting and being still comes easier to some people than it does to others. And to be active in making that decision about sitting and being still. My schedule has it, honestly, I'm very blessed in this situation because the reason why I'm in Spain is because I'm a student and my classes can go online and they were really sporadic anyway. And so I'm losing out on things, but I'm not losing as many things as some people are. So keeping that perspective. And I don't know what's next. I don't know when I'm going to be able to go home again. Nobody does. There's no way of knowing these answers. So it's good to keep them in mind and have your scheduled time to panic and like read all the news and figure out why everybody is losing their minds. But also, there's no need in stressing yourself out about things you can't control. Think about the things you can control. You can't control something. You can't contain a wildfire by yourself. The best way you can contain a wildfire is if you're trained and experienced and you have a group of other people who can all work together. So we don't need to be borrowing trouble and worrying about tomorrow when we don't know what we should be worrying about. That doesn't mean not being prepared and not being concerned and looking at the future. But there's no need to just stress heavily about it, because when the cards fall on the table and it's all said and done, the world will be different. And that's okay. It won't work the same, it won't function the same, but it'll be different. And that's going to be hard. It's going to be hard. We're going to have to reacclimate ourselves to being around people and maybe coming up with different ways of greeting people than maybe doing the kiss on the cheek here like people do in Europe, and I can't figure it out. And I really get confused when I'm like, do I walk up to somebody and do I give them a handshake? Do I give them a hug? Do we do this whole kissing the cheeks thing? I don't understand it. I may be some uncouth American who has no knowledge of manners or anything. That may not be false. But I don't know how to greet people properly. In America, you go up to people, you give them a nice, warm, firm handshake. I literally, when I was in high school, we went to a local community college, and we literally had they literally were trying to teach us how to give a proper handshake, which is interesting. It's not something you normally would think about, but I learned how to give a proper handshake because that's how you impress people, with a nice, firm, but not too firm, but not too wimpy armed handshake. And you don't want to do the princess one where it's like, oh, hi. And they're like, I don't know what to do. Here, you want to be the boss, you give a boss handshake. That's how you do this. That's how this gets done. Get qualified and give a good handshake, and then you got the job. That may not be how it actually works, but just keep it in mind. You gotta have a good handshake. And be culturally aware. Being culturally aware is also important. So today's song is really short because I didn't really feel like writing a song, so I just came up with something really short and didn't put a bunch of time into it. Seriously, I'd love to hear what any song suggestions you guys have. So yeah. Man, I'm sad. My glass of water is empty and I didn't realize that. Oh, this one isn't. I keep glasses of water in my room because I take medicine every night, and then I bring a full glass of water, then I drink half of it, but you don't want to waste water. So it's water and it's been in my room. I'll be fine. Aqua. Okay. So I'm singing in my room, just singing in my room. What a strange feeling, I'm alone again. I'm stuck here until who knows when, but I'll make the most of this quarantine. I'm singing in my room, just singing in my room. What a strange feeling, I'm alone until I'm alone again. I'm stuck here until who knows when, but I'll make the most of this quarantine. Okay, that's what I got. You get what you get and you don't throw a fit. I don't remember where I learned it from, but I learned it at home. Anyway, I hope you all stay safe, be smart, and stay healthy. Yeah, I would love it if you could leave a comment, subscribe, like this video if you like it. And as always, the applause at the end of this video is for everyone who is continuing to work, all of our healthcare professionals, all the people who are keeping the world running, and all of the essential workers that this world needs to operate, as the rest of us are doing the most essential of the non-essential things to do, which is to stay home and keep the world and do what we can to flatten the curve and keep people safe. You are beyond appreciated, and the applause at the end of this video is for you. So, be smart, stay safe, stay healthy, and I'll see you tomorrow. Good night.